Hey everybody, it's Mark Addison coming to you live from Club Cocktail Chameleon, where I'll be hosting my new show, Shaking Things Up with Mark Addison, every Friday at 3:30 live on Facebook with replays on IGTV and YouTube. Plus, we'll be doing a little behind the scenes live Instagram stories, so stay tuned. So now it is time to shake things up. Today I wanted to talk to you about a new cocktail craze. It's called the Quarantini. Say, what? What'd you call me? Ignore the voices in my head. Yes, the Quarantini. It's here. And I'm sure you guys have all seen the meme going around. It says, the cocktail of the day, the Quarantini. It's just the same martini, but you drink it alone in your house. No. I say the Quarantini should be as unique as your personal quarantine experience. And it should be as creative as some of the ways we've had to entertain ourselves and our families over the weeks and weeks. We've all had to be resourceful in our day-to-day lives, and we've had to use things that we've had at home, we didn't even know we had at home, or that we can immediately get from the store. And the cocktail is no exception. So I wanted to challenge you, a little Quarantini challenge, to create a cocktail at home only using the ingredients you have available to you, and then post it online with a picture or a video and share it with the world. And I want to take the Quarantini Challenge step just a little further, and I want to host a Quarantini Challenge Cocktail Contest for the most unique and creative Quarantini out there. And I'll make a deal with you. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. So at the end of the show, I'm going to show you my Quarantini made with ingredients that you might just have in your refrigerator already. Let's meet the judges. First, we have Tequila Master, Chef Will Dotson. Next, we have Gin Guru, Anne-Marie Delaney. And last but not least, we have Master Mixologist, that's me, Mark Addison. All of whom just happen to be quarantined in the lovely Green Mountains of Vermont. Yes, we're all local, but this is a worldwide competition. So, I'm looking to find the best, most creative Quarantini in the world. Oh, give me a break. This is the Me, Myself, and I show, so we don't have a huge budget for things. So here's what we're looking for. We want you to create an innovative cocktail recipe of 3 or more ingredients with what you have at home. Give it a creative name and really turn up the presentation. Now to enter, all you have to do is post your Quarantini cocktail on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you use the hashtag Quarantini Challenge and tag at Cocktail Chameleon, at Barnard Inn Max's Tavern, and at Silo_Distillery. And last, we want you to tag a friend who you want to share your cocktail with when you get out of quarantine. We've got 3 great prizes, and the grand prize will have their cocktail featured on the bar at Barnard Inn at Max's Tavern and Silo Distillery, as well as on my new web series, Shaking Things Up with Mark Addison. You'll also receive a signed personalized copy of Cocktail Chameleon, plus a $100 e-gift card from Barnard Inn. Our 2 runner-up prizes will have their Quarantini cocktail featured on our social media, as well as receive a personalized copy of Cocktail Chameleon. I promised you I'd show you mine. So my cocktail is inspired by orange marmalade. Can you guess what I called it? Sing it, girl. Ooh. Mocha chocolata, yeah. Sweet old Lady Marmalade. That's it! Lady Marmalade, which is a song made infamous by Miss Patti LaBelle and inspired by orange marmalade. It's also in the film Moulin Rouge, which was another inspiration in the style that I'm presenting my cocktail. It's also in the new Broadway musical, Moulin Rouge, the musical. And you can find them at Moulin Rouge Bway on Instagram. So check them out. All right, so let's get into the Lady Marmalade. First, we're going to, here's our glass. We're using a lovely coupe style glass. So this will be a straight up cocktail, but first we need to work on our garnish. So I'm gonna take an entire orange, and I'm using a flat-edged, I don't know if you can see this. Let's zoom in here. So we have a flat-edged vegetable peeler, and you want to just take the blade and put it against the rind of the fruit, and you're going to just press down just so you're pulling up the yellow, the orange, and not the white pith. The white pith is bitter, and you want just the orange flavor. So you're gonna go all the way around this orange and get every single piece of this delicious orange rind. Oh, I can smell this orange oil just pouring off this orange. So you're literally gonna take the entire orange, and this is not a waste because you can use the rest of the orange in a cocktail later. So then what we're gonna do is we're going to take the orange peel. This is our goal. So this is the orange rose that I created earlier. So we're going to take the orange peel and we're going to just turn it onto itself. So what you want to do is you want to pinch it into a cone shape, like so, and just keep turning it. And that's going to be the center of our rose. And once you get it around, and just, you can do this pretty quickly, and just around and around and around, a couple of turns, what you want to do is you just want to start twisting the peel. So that's going to create the more dynamic rose shapes, rose petal shapes. So you just want to keep twisting it around, and then every once in a while, just turn over the peel in another direction. Keep going and going and going and twist. But every once in a while where you think it needs a little bit more, oomph. And you're going to end up back together. And I'm going to give the center a little bit more of a twist. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a regular, ordinary toothpick. And I'm going in at the end of my orange peel, straight through the center. Make sure you get all of the sections in. And voila. Turn it over, and you have a gorgeous, beautiful orange. Rose d'orange. Yeah, there's French for you. So there's our orange rose. We're going to put that off to the side. And now we're going to get into mixing our cocktail. And I like to use a cocktail mixing set. This is called a Boston shaker. And this is our new shaker that comes with the Cocktail Chameleon illustration patterns. And it's available on our website. And you have your choice of metal shaker. So there's a 2-part shaker. I like this because you can do so many things with it. You can stir a drink in it, you can shake a drink naturally, and then you can also roll. So I'm gonna get into this on our first real episode of Shaking Things Up with Mark Addison, all the essential barware that you're gonna need. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off using the mixing glass. So I'm gonna fill my mixing glass with ice. Here we are. And so we're starting here with a mixing glass full of ice, and then I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of Silo vodka. So we're working with Silo because Silo is here in Vermont. And what I love also about Silo is that they use all Vermont ingredients in their distilling process. So this is 100% Vermont-made vodka. So next we're adding our special ingredient, which is our orange marmalade. Here it is from Blake Hill, which is also from Windsor, Vermont. And I'm going to take a heaping bar spoon. So if you guys don't have a bar spoon at home, it's a really great tool, not only for measuring things out, because a bar spoon is about a teaspoon, so you can use a teaspoon as well. It's really great to stir cocktails with, as well as pick out things out of jars, et cetera, et cetera. So we love those bar tools. So then we're gonna add 2 dashes of bitters. I'm using a grapefruit bitters. You can also use an orange bitters or a citrus bitters. I added 3 dashes. I really love bitters because it adds a great depth of flavor, and it's a very strong essence. So then to that, we're gonna add 1 ounce of pomegranate juice. So this is our Moulin Rouge inspiration. We have a red drink. And then I'm adding a 1/2 ounce of an orange liqueur. And I like to use Grand Marnier in this particular cocktail because it's made with cognac. So it adds another deeper flavor profile to the cocktail. And so I'm gonna give that a little bit of a stir just to get my marmalade off of my spoon. And then we're gonna get to shaking. So what you wanna do is you wanna take the contents of your mixing glass and you're gonna pour them into your mixer your shaker part. And then you're gonna tap on it just to make sure that it's nice and tight. And then you're just gonna give it a good shake. And general rule of when you're shaking, how long do you shake a cocktail for, is until basically your hand freezes. No, not really. Until it's really, really cold to the touch, then you know you've got a really good chill. So in our next show, we're gonna be going over to shake and to stir. Why you shake and why you do, or don't, therefore. All right, so that's nice and cold, and you just give it a little nudge, and it comes out. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour it back into our mixing glass, because we love using the clear mixing glass. It's part of the enjoyment of making the cocktail as well as enjoying the cocktail. So let's go to presentation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our orange rose, and we're going to put it into the bottom of our glass here, and we're going to pour right on top of it. So now I'm going to double strain this. So I'm using a Hawthorne strainer. This is what's called a Hawthorne strainer, and it has these wire straining on the back of it. And then I'm also going to use a fine mesh strainer here. So this is going to get out those chunky bits from the orange marmalade. If you don't use it, you can keep the bits in if you'd like. I just like a nice clear cocktail presentation. So I'm not going to fill it all the way up. It's almost to the top. But what I'm going to do is splash a little bit of Brut champagne on the top, because this is a fancy cocktail. Just a little sparkle of champagne on the top. And there we have, oh, this presentation is important. I said that once before. We have a little, more Indian inspired. We have the little elephant, which reminds me of Moulin Rouge. So we're gonna make sure we present very well. And here is the Moulin Rouge Lady Inspired Lady Marmalade. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you get out there and mix up your own Quarantini cocktails and enter our contest. Again, all you have to do is post it online, tag Cocktail Chameleon, Barnardin, and Silo, and also use the hashtag Quarantini Challenge. So while you're enjoying your Quarantini cocktails at home, I want to make sure that everyone raises their glass and makes a toast to all of the people working on the front lines during this crisis, as well as all the essential employees, and say, cheers, you are essential. Thank you. Oh, that's delicious. So thanks so much for joining me. Please join us back here on Fridays at 3:30, live on Facebook, and again for replays on YouTube and IGTV. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers. First, distinguished technology. Oh,